Hey there, welcome back. And today we are working on this image. So let's have a little look. Um, yeah. So just identifying the subjects that we have in this image. First and foremost, we have this lady over here. And second are the seagulls. And then we have the horizon. And what else? We have the bird food over here. So with that said, let's start with how we can improve this image. Quite a lot of movement with these birds over here, plus over here, and then here. There's a lot of level difference. If we were to try to simplify this frame, I would get rid of all of this, especially these, like the edges need to be much cleaner to have a much more soothing and appealing image in general. That being said, how can we simplify? So probably this, maybe this. This can be one frame. And I'm not a fan of this signage over here. We want to decrease all the clutter that we have. So we have the signage over here, then we have the barricade and this bright yellow tape because the subject is already quite bright with the violets and the yellow bag. So we want to keep the focus on her and the subject over here. So I see that we can approach the frame in two ways. So one is having the woman and the birds as the subject. So we approach it in landscape orientation, or else we can just focus on these birds and just crop out like this entire half completely. So we just have the birds and their movement because we want to focus the movement. So we need to be mindful how we are approaching the image. So if I were to show how I approach this, like the edit. So as I was saying, so the first frame has the woman, and then we have the birds. And look how close we have punched in to the frame. So we have a lot of breathing space over here. And don't get me wrong, we want like clutter or visual noise in a place where it enhances the image. Because currently we are already seeing that there are a lot of birds. There were a lot of birds in this setting, and we are conveying already with this group of birds over here. Whereas the ones below, they kind of reinforce the same point. So why have a repetitive element in the image again? So that being said, again, getting rid of the signage, and we have the birds over here. Maybe we can approach for a much cleaner, um, you know, crop with this bird. But as you can see, if we would need to crop it over here, or else we would be including this bird over here. Or else if probably if it were to me, I would just crop this image till here and just clone out this bird because anyway, this is a sandy beach. So the cloning would be quite easy. That being said, so we have the first frame where we have this, and then the second frame is completely punched in to showcase or highlight the overall movement of the birds. And again, we can just to have a bit of context that there was like this was the behind the scene for this image. If I wasn't showing this image to anyone, I would just probably clone out these like the bird food to again simplify the frame. And the overall tonal quality of the image is quite nice. It's a bit on the sharper end because we have the midday sun. but that's fine, at least for me. I was just talking compositionally. So I think this pretty much helps simplify the overall frame that we started with. So yeah, that would be the episode. And yeah, if you would like to learn more or have your photos critiqued, you can check out the school group link in my description. So catch you again next time.